If you stay by my side, I'll hesitate. But this world can't afford a soldier who wavers. Do you remember when we were kids? Everyone would get so excited drawing cards like ruler or warrior, but throw fits over devil or drunkard and demand a reading. Kids always get to change their minds. Things are so happy and simple for them. But when it comes to the fate of adults, there's no room for redos. Then go, Kaslana, as you promised. Deceive the world. Seize the core flames and rewrite your fate. Burn yourself up with all your might. Wield your futility like a sword. And fight against the gods. In the name of world-bearing, I promise you, Carefully will never forget this. So, time retreated behind me until it reached the origin, where nothing ever existed. Just as Professor Anaxa once said, in that void, Kefali stood at the center of chaos. Time, space, and causality all flowed from their body. When the waves of time finally calmed, it was the year 3870 of the light calendar. The Chrysos War had lasted for nearly a century, and the threat of the Black Tide was growing stronger and more relentless. That was the era of the Day Thunder Knight's battle with the sky. While she could not seize the core flame, she proved that the prophecy was true. That mortals could slay gods. From that moment, the sole survivor of the old dynasty, Imperator Surge, issued a call to arms across the lands, summoning heroic Chrysos heirs to wage war on the Titans. And that was the first doomed flame chase journey, sealed away in history.
So what you're saying is, you've traveled back down the River of Time, finally reaching this untouched seabed just to tell us the flame chase journey and even all of Amphorius are nothing but illusions in an eon's dreams?
Exactly. So, Dux Gladior, please take me to meet Her Majesty Saritra. I must share the truth with her.
Since Her Majesty's not here, no need for formalities. The word Gladiorum always reminds me of my fallen homeland buried deep in the depths. Call me High Ceilings, nameless swordmaster.
Please allow me to add one more thing. You actually already know my name.
You mean Finan? Such a name could never be your true one. But I won't question you further about it. Ever since Her Majesty issued the Flame Chase Decree, heroes from all over have sent their letters of introduction. What's the harm in adding one more name like Finan or Kynan? Besides, the deep sea is dark. Isn't it the perfect place to hide secrets best left unseen? All right, nameless swordmaster. Hold on to my wake. Let's find somewhere else to talk.
Aren't you even a little suspicious of what I've said?
Harboring suspicions is not my concern. My sword dances only when the Imperator harbors doubts. There's no use in speaking further. Show me your true intentions through action. Perhaps you should demonstrate your skills and calm the raging black tide for us.
I'm fine. A future could come. Tomorrow. I'm fine. A future could come. Innumerable core flames consume me. So tear the sky. Quench the flame's blood. Her agony! Someone else suffers.
Oh. Nice moves. We just washed it away, and here it comes again. The black tide is really no joke. The waters end here. The one you seek is beyond this point.
At last, I can meet with Her Majesty Saridra herself. Are there any formalities I need to observe?
Don't kneel, don't do the hand-kissing or foot-kissing gestures of the old dynasty, and most of all, don't bow. The Imperator despises such rituals, especially when the heads of those taller than her bend beneath her crown.
She really is down to earth.
The second thing to note, only trusted ones may come near her. Keep 5 paces distance until the Imperator allows otherwise.
Sounds like an old friend of mine.
Well, experience is a good thing. Stay sharp, and you'll be just fine. Duck's Goldweaver, little hostage. Apologies for keeping you waiting.
It's you.
You know them? Good. That makes things easier.
Before that, I'm more curious about one thing. Where is Her Majesty Saridra?
To avoid any misunderstandings, nameless Swordmaster. Although we spoke and laughed along the way, I never said you were entitled to meet her. The Imperator decreed. The Deliverer will not appear in this age. Be wary of suspicious individuals. Come now, both of you. Let's finish our job.
I see. It's a trap. I had no intention of fighting. So remember this, Lady Hycelant. If my sword shows any hesitation, don't thank me. Thank them instead.
No, you misunderstand. We don't want to see Chrysoceres hurt each other. Just give us some time to ask you a few questions.
The Nestia's golden threads will judge you and decide your fate.
As you wish.
White-haired swordmaster? If what you say is true, then you must know the fate of the world. So, how much do you know about what we read from the prophecy?
You shall shatter into 1,000 fragments and wither in the soil of foreign lands. Is that correct, Lady Treby?
How is this possible?
He got it right?
Yes, but the prophecy never mentioned he'd appear here. At least, not in this era.
You must listen to me, Aglaya, Treby. The Finan of this world has not yet been born. In a distant future, he will follow the prophecy's guidance and appear before you. But do not seek him out, because Era Nova is a complete and utter lie. I will tell you the truth, and you will understand why the world must forsake the prophecy and find another path to Era Nova. Because I know both of you, and I believe that no matter how the course of history may change, the faith we all share will always remain the same. And so, the layers of rock began to reverse, and history wove itself anew. Through my old acquaintances, I was given the chance to meet the leader of the Flame Chase journey, Surid. And after a long and arduous negotiation, we came to an agreement. The Imperator's alliance needed the destruction, and I was ready to pour all my strength into it. The spoils of the Flame Chase, the core flames, would be sealed by my hand. But the condition was this. In the upcoming battle, in our conquest of the Earth, I had to prove that my power could transcend fate. In the original history, there was a brutal war. At the end, the Titankin of Georios, Terravox, killed the rampaging Titan and took the core flame that supported the Earth.
Imagine seeing a plane traveling at
But this
800
time,
kilometers per hour.
Amphorius encountered a turning point in its fate.
Stratospheric hot air balloon managed to capture the rare moment.
Neither side suffered any losses.
It looks
When I
small,
severed
but
the
its
Titan's
speed is
head
incredible.
and raised the core flame high,
800 kilometers per
a
hour.
crowd gathered around the scorched remains of the god, roaring with joy, cheering for the hero of the destruction, who had ignited the faint spark of life
A
for the first
stratospheric hot
time.
air balloon managed to capture the rare moment air flew past.
Yes,
It looks small, but its
in
speed
that
is
flickering
incredible.
light, the once dark path ahead seemed to become clearer.
It's the plane-
I proved myself. And in the long years that followed, I brought down the other Titans, one by one. I could do more than just wait. When time resets, the chance to change the world also emerges from the lines of history. Until finally, the brutal future revealed by Era Nova is reversed. truly the case, why are we doomed to the same outcome? The people kept their promise and handed you all the core flames.
Kecepatan pesawat
In this
terbang
world, after
bervariasi
Trivia's, no
tergantung jenis
demigods were
pesawat.
born in
Apabila
Amphoreas.
pesawat khusus penumpang
At
secara
this
umum
point, I
terbang dengan
just want to
kecepatan
know,
sekitar 860
when they vanished into the black tide with their mortal bodies,
pesawat komersial tercepat saat ini
why
adalah
didn't you shed even a single tear?
dengan kecepatan maksimum 1061 km per jam dan Boeing B788 dengan kecepatan maksimum 1051 km per jam.
Your
Berapa
indifference
kecepatan
chills
pesawat terbang? Kecepatan pesawat
Do you
terbang
really
bervariasi tergantung jenis pesawat.
the bunch of insignificant
Apabila pesawat
footnotes?
khusus penumpang secara umum terbang dengan kecepatan sekitar 860 km per jam.
Sorrow
atau
has been
14
my
km per
constant
menitnya.
companion.
Pesawat komersial tercepat
In
saat
fact,
ini adalah Airbus
With 12 core flames upon me, the fire in my heart has never been more violent. I'll remember this world through anger. As long as I burn, they'll never
Kecepatan
truly
pesawat
leave
terbang
me.
bervariasi.
Perhaps it's already too late. But you're right. Anger, at this moment, is the only weapon I can rely on. So, draw your sword, executioner. I'll make sure you realize that your greatest mistake was leaving me alive. After that, he raised his sword and attacked. Then, Kaslana killed himself. That day, who fell to the sword to be left in the past, and who went into the future, I can't remember anymore. I only remember a nymph, hiding in the shadows just out of sight, futilely pushing a stone ball. Climb, fall, climb, fall, climb again, and fall. The only freedom the nymph had was in choosing how to roll the stone. Sometimes fast, sometimes slow. Sometimes resting on a gentler slope, leaning against the stone for a break. But its choice couldn't change the futility of it all. The stone would always roll back down the slope, and the nymph would always return to the starting point, beginning again. After that, every time I reached this point in the cycle, the burning sky would cast a shadow over its path. It would nearly reach the peak at the fourth quint of curtain fall hour, then fall to the starting point in the first 15 seconds of the next entry hour. And my efforts in this cycle would dissolve into nothing at the same time.
absolute nonsense.
I thought cycles was the answer you were looking for.
No, it's just that the answer came so suddenly. There was no fun in tracing it back to its roots. Eons? Paths? What a load of nonsense.
I can't give you an exact explanation of those two concepts either.
Enough. I'm just expressing my frustration. Don't you understand? I was already expecting this. The black tide came from beyond the sky. And everything else is no exception.
Fate is a strange thing. No matter how the details of history change, the Inex I know always remains as harsh as ever.
If the other Anaxagoras actually worshipped the gods, I'd make sure to find a way to break the cycles, crush them in their cradles. Too bad. Now only you have the ability to do that.
What's that supposed to mean? You're willing to help?
Of course. The core flames were meant to save the world. And in my opinion, the noble titans have no reason to refuse. Besides, according to you, before stepping into these endless cycles, you are my pupil.
I've already heard the same thing countless times.
Enough chit-chat. Let's go. If we run into any other scholars, leave them to me. We've all made preparations for total annihilation. Never thought someone would step in to help. You've been to the luminary throne before.
If you're talking about him,
Hold up. Keep your wits about you. Someone's watching us.
Pretty boy. Your eyesight's better than I thought.
As for that false god who's been turning the world upside down, it's you, isn't it, Wait here?
You sure do love stealing the spotlight. In the name of the Seven Sages, I demand that you immediately step away from the luminary throne. This is the sacred ground of reason, and no one may desecrate it. Take my words back to Aglaya. I won't say the same thing twice, Catgirl.
Oh my! You won't even call me the demigod of trickery. That is just heartbreaking. I have some words for you, too. First, as one of the most heretical blasphemers in the world, you have no right to lecture me. Second, this is none of your business, Grove Boy. Step aside. I don't want anyone getting hurt.
here we go. Again.
Jangan mencurigakannya memberikan uang.
Core flame thieves. You really think you can scare off a sage of the grove with nothing but empty threats?
I'm out of here.
exactly like all the past ones I've known. Cunning. And yet so naive.
Sounds like you have a plan.
Of course. When I first set out on the flame chase journey, Lady Treeby never managed to teach me Ornyx's miracle. But along the way, I learned a thing or two.
Where are you going?
The veneration foolish inventions finally come in handy.
You've arrived, Zacharias. Always so punctual. I'm running out of patience. So I'm not going to waste words. Listen up, spirit thief. Hand over the core flame. And let's pretend we never clashed. This way, you and this world can still be saved.
Consumed by the divine flames and drag this world down with you.
134.
What?
This is the 134th cycle I've lived through. And the number of core flames I carry is
1,596.
Yes. I've come this far. And that's proof enough.
But someday you will burn to the ground.
Of course. The divine flames will eventually consume my eyes and blind me. But before that, they can still forge and sharpen Dawnmaker. Now when I cut open your stomach, you won't feel a thing. This is the final warning.
Fine. This world holds 100 million possibilities. And no matter how one looks at it, 99,999,999 of them point to outcomes of certain destruction. Even so, I'll use my divine powers to survive by the people of this world to achieve that 1 in 100 million possibility. But Hollows. If you have the guts, you'll have to first step over my dead body.
By my memory, Zacharias always meets the same man. Over and over again. Their departure no longer stirs anything in my heart.
This reason core flame before us is a fake, obvious as day.
I know. It always plays out like this. The spirit we've covered for, and the triggered demigod escapes with two corpses. And then, driven by defiance or hatred, she decides to stand before me once more. Exactly like the countless past hers I've known. Cunning, yet so naive.
Since you witnessed the same scene play out countless times, tell me, will you carve the trickery core flame from my chest now?
Let the pests on your hand. At least so far, in the cycles where you've asked this question. It's hate so cruel.
Well, thank you for that. But I also believe that this time, you won't catch up to me.
How exactly did the US rescue there? Because on the 3rd of May,
I'm no longer running to escape anymore.
Whether you believe me or not, I'll still tell you this. You've made a wrong decision.
Alright then. We'll see.
Silence.
Before they were scalped. The exit and entry was covered by lasers, although the helicopters did take some
Alright, boy.
featuring some of the soldiers
What are you trying to pull now?
and a colonel weapon specialist
Go,
officer who was
Cyrus.
so lucky.
Give us some time in private.
Mountains miles away. As a result,
This isn't for her, but for you. You wanted too far down the path. It's time to discuss vulnerability. Maybe the road you're walking is not one of salvation, but one that will simply drag the world into the flames. For all time's sake, turn back. I don't care how many times you've tried, because there's one thing I'm sure of. Your Messiah complex has turned you into something no different from the icy gods you spoke of. The children of humanity you swore to save. They are no more intense to you now, aren't they?
Of course. What kind of demon can burn my homeland to the ground in an instant without batting an eye? Now I have the answer. It turns out that fiery demon has been fantasizing of becoming this world's deliverer.
I don't want to argue anymore. No matter what I say, the outcome won't change. Make your biggest effort to resist, or accept fate, and hand over the core to me, even if it's futile. We all have the right to choose.
Yes. Even if it is futile, and the world is just a divine joke.
When I walk into the destruction written by the gods by my own two legs, you witness. Even the smallest footnote still leaves a mark in their story.
So, at the end of the 134th cycle, the traveler and the scholar fulfilled their fates once again. Or perhaps it wasn't just they who fulfilled their fates. I can't quite remember all of it. In the endless darkness, for no reason, a voice always lingered by my ear. Losses are constant on the flame chase. always the same.
You don't look so good. Deliver.
Even after going through 108,642 cycles. Mighty. Your name for me has never changed.
Why do you sound so pleased? It's a derogatory name.
Yeah. I know all too well. You only meant it sincerely in the first cycle. After that one and only time we walked side by side. Every time since. It always ends up like this. Dogmaker will stab you through your 10th and thoracic vertebra. That's your weak spot. And the only way to kill you.
Interesting. Tell me, when the mighty Moses of the past faced you, did they ever retreat?
Never.
Then they died honorably, worthy of the name of strife. But there's still tenderness in your eyes. How pathetic.
I have to remember how this feels. Remember that I was once you. Or else the destruction will completely consume me.
If you win, tell the mighty Moses in the next life. This person is a worthy opponent. So always remember to give it your all and never slack off.
Anda menyaksikan breaking news luar biasa. Amerika Serikat sebar pasukan di Timur Tengah pasca perang dengan Iran. Amerika Serikat
Even though the dynasty is left with just one, the Kronos festival will continue as usual. I, the king of the Kremlin Legion, will host the final feast in the central arena. The prize of the
Pasca gagalnya
flames.
proses perundingan gencatan senjata lanjutan dengan Iran, Amerika Serikat terus meningkatkan pergerakan militernya ke kawasan Timur Tengah.
That's what I saw
Akan
when I
dapat
overcame
melancarkan
the
pengembangan
trial.
obat
God's direct remedies.
telah tiba di kawasan
You've
Timur Tengah.
probably heard this thousands of
Sekitar
times.
2.000 personel dari divisi lintas udara ke-82 akan mendarat dikerahkan dalam beberapa minggu mendatang.
There's no way
Pelaut
you'll
dan
get
marinir dilaporkan tengah menuju wilayah yang sama untuk memperkuat kesiapan militer Amerika Serikat. Saat ini kapal induk Amerika Serikat masih terus berjaga di sana. AS juga sudah mengirimkan pesawat bombernya ke pangkalan militer mereka di Timur Tengah.
negosiasi dengan Iran, Amerika Serikat memilih untuk memblokade selat
dengan langkah yang bikin Amerika
Sudah ada penunjuk dari kapal-kapal yang bayar Amerika menjadi rantai rantai sendiri. Berdasarkan data pasokan dari trafik dua kapal sebelum sampai ke Sepik Selat, kapal yang menuju Cari Timur memilih mengubah rute untuk menghindari risiko. Ini menunjukkan adanya kekhawatiran akan keamanan di salah satu jalur distribusi minyak paling strategis di dunia. Presiden Amerika Serikat Donald Trump menegaskan akan menyerang kapal yang keluar dari pelabuhan Iran. Sementara China menyatakan Amerika Serikat untuk tetap mengedepankan diplomasi hubungan negara.
Amerika Serikat resmi menutup Selat Hormuz. Kapal-kapal yang melintas dari pelabuhan Iran bisa lagi melewati Selat Hormuz. Keputusan ini ditegaskan oleh Presiden Amerika Serikat Donald Trump.
We don't need other countries, frankly, but they offered the services with it. Yeah, so it's 10 o'clock.
Sementara itu, China mengingatkan Selat Hormuz adalah jalur perdagangan internasional dan tidak boleh ditutup. China juga membantah mengirimkan senjata ke Iran.
No matter how righteous the sun is, the earth still places it angry.
地区的安全稳定和畅通，符合国际社会共同利益。海峡通航受阻的根源在于伊朗战事，解决这一问题的出路是尽快获取战争。应该保持冷静和克制，中方愿继续发挥积极积极的作用。 中国在自动化方面也算是胜负不绝。法律法规及承担的知识严格管制，反对无根据的违规。
Saat ini, kapal yang diperhatikan masih terus berjaga di Selat Justice. Tidak hanya di laut, Amerika Serikat juga sudah mengirimkan pesawat bombernya ke pangkalan militer mereka di Timur Tengah.
La question de frappe dans c'est la fameuse
This way. Past, present, and future. Never forget to suffer. Unnecessary death. Unnecessary death. Indeed. You will know nothing now. Please turn back. Don't let this absurd unjust fate come to pass. This way, next to my realm. Can still become the fragrant hand you fall asleep. Still, it seems the passion was inevitable. How painful. I know your match. Have fallen under such countless times. But even so, it is a sustain by my sources to your sustain. Even heaven cannot show all things again. Nor can it dictate all life. No one shall show the balance of my hand. The precise essence of the truth that you chose at the end of all your journey to
The demigod of the sky.
is the aegis of the Liquor, compared to the blazing fire of divinity.
Even so, don't cast it.
Never have. I think that everyone's wish closest to my heart. Even though the divine fire burns so fiercely, every time I return, it devours me in an instant. Each cycle, it's your wishes that guide me to the end. Past the blade to the next me. Over and over and over again.
You're not just
This is an unexpected revelation. And I suppose that makes it the perfect fuel of the flame of deliverance, doesn't it?
I still believe in you. I can see it. The eye of twilight. I'm neither strong enough to command the wind and rain, nor willing to end the third struggle away by the sky fall. The only thing I can do is become one with the stars. And then, may the gentle colors of the rainbow make your sun change is never known. May they bring and poise the rose.
How will 67 worlds
Sumatera,
ever take root?
Jawa,
The core flame rose. The sky fell. 23,570,000 cycle came to an end. And this time, the end of the flame chase remained the same as ever. From the horizon rose a golden color unlike anything the world had ever seen. So pure and consuming in its path. This was the end of the world and the start of the end. For a moment, I saw the destruction of the universe. The being known as Iron, its will to break free from the black tide that pierces and blazes sun. Is this temporary as its wrath? Its choice has already been made. Fate is state still. I will still never yield to it. 570,000 cycles. 282,840,000 core flames.
besar.
No more chasing is needed.
Di sini Pulau Jawa.
I am the fire at the end of
Pulau Jawa berarti
the chase is a quiet walk through a sea of flowers. It's a revolution. An all-consuming transformation. And destruction is the only way. The good and evil want to step across the ashes of the old world and burn endlessly. Until another dawn rises on the distant horizon. True dawn. Too laborious.
Dan ini bangunan penting. Isinya juga penting semua. Terbakar, pembaran api besar, rame, jadi sorotan banyak orang, masyarakat, media.
33,550,336. This is the cycle you're about to enter. Countless versions of myself. Facing the same choices. They all need a moment, just like you do. To stop, to breathe, to process the weight of a million lifetimes worth of sorrow, pain, and struggle. And just like that, you will carry those memories and that fire into the chaos of rebirth.
Untuk kita semua, mengantisipasi segala sesuatu bahaya.
I must go and bear this burden. I must say goodbye to you and then fight the destruction with destruction. Yes, that's always the decision you make. I will burn and fade away. I will become the flame reaper of the sunlight. I gave you my promise to serenity. I will kill gods and comrades alike. Steal the core flames. And even if my mind turns to ash along with my body,
bukan kesengajaan tapi
Stop Aaron. I will find the next me and make him carry on this new child 30 million lifetimes. Looks like you're ready. I should be going to. Where are you going? Only exist in my heart. There's nowhere else for you to go. Do you remember what she said? The dreams you had as children. The deliverer in the prophecies. A real, living, breathing person. You finally found her.
kabarnya ada subsidi yang diberikan dari perumahan itu, tapi perumahan itu banyak yang kosong karena tidak adanya daya beli untuk mengisi rumah tersebut. Memang ada subsidi, tapi untuk menyicil tagihannya mereka tidak sanggup. Maka banyak yang bukan orang yang mestinya dapat hak. Paham kan? Jadi seharusnya itu tidak
If Iron Tomb is born from Euphorius' fate, then it would bring ruin to the worlds beyond the sky. And all these countless lifetimes you've spent, it's all been for the sake of defying that end.
sedang tidak baik-baik saja.
Millions of cycles, I've said goodbye to each and every one of you. Yet nothing ever changes. Each time I speak, our words grow fewer. Your fire burns hotter and you are getting closer to becoming pure rage. A vessel of hatred. I never had a choice. I understand. If you are to keep the worst fate from unfolding, this is the only path. But this time, things are different. Your persistence has shifted the tide. On the horizon, I see it. Faint but undeniable. The shape of dawn, breaking through the eternal night. The fire that lights the way was never marked to begin with. Do you remember? In that first time, you, mighty ones, stood before the scales of justice, locked in a duel. Each of you weighing what you held dearest, what weighed more than the fate of the world. And when hesitation took hold, the answer you sought from me. What am I saying? I am you. Even if you buried me deep and chose another path, that fact never changed. Let's try again. When you stood before the scales in hesitation, the answers you found in your own heart. Do you still remember? Remember the past and become the hero of tomorrow. What weighs more than the fate of the world is the resolve to shoulder an immutable past and carry it into the future. Good. Then Trailblazer, my friend, my comrade. You arrived in this strange world and were bound by its cruel fate up till this very moment. In the face of danger, you never once backed down. Instead, you simply world after world without hesitation. The boarding pass on your chest is now the mark of a hero. If I choose to step through that door and embrace it and fitting up the destruction, let the sun forge from millions and millions of core flames burn me up along with the god of destruction and their minions. And the world we leave behind, this world, my home, where hope still lingers. Will you take on everything we've carried? Return to the beginning one last time. Stop the birth of Iron 2, save the world we love, and rewrite its doomed fate.
Kalau Bang Edi sudah pernah punya penglihatan, boleh ceritakan ke kami nggak sih? Menurut Abang gimana tentang sesar ini? Kayaknya dari nonton pasti terlihat tadi. Perihal kebakaran dan unsur api, kan kiranya dikelilingi oleh
Good. In that case, even this fruitless wasteland will finally bloom with flowers. So,
kalau api meletus dan sebagainya itu lebih cenderung pada
if she takes on the weight of the whole world,
kalau yang dibangun api itu sendiri
she'll be able to walk further down the path of deliverance than a fire that only knows how to burn. One step into the future. One will remain in the past. If I can strike down the gods with Dawnmaker, perhaps fate's deadlock can be broken. And if you can stop Iron Tomb from ever being born, then these 30 million cycles will have not been in vain. It's time to put our teamwork to the test, partner.
Thank you for all you've done on.
The image of the hero I've buried deep in my heart finally steps into the light. Here, at the end of this long flame chase journey. Suddenly, a page never seen before has just been turned. Lend me the power of time, and send this hero back to the origin of time. Back to your side. And I will walk the unfinished path, just like the countless versions of me before. Unwavering as always. Without hesitation, I will bear this world until my body turns to dust. Remember this moment. Remember your friends who never lived to see the world's end. Remember their final wishes. And let the purest rage in your heart rise out of those wishes. Let it consume you, fuel you, until it burns away the false sky above. Fine. And in the name of world-bearing, I promise you, Cavalry will never forget this. Take it. Everything I bear. Keep on burning. As long as we are never extinguished, the flames will not end. Bow your head to them. Take it, Trailblazers. May this blood be like gold. And never tarnished. Farewell, Trailblazer. This is where I fulfill my final destiny. The prophecy of the Deliverer means nothing to me now. It belongs in the hands of someone far more fitting. Someone like you. Kaslana, the name of one who bears chaos does not belong to a single person. Rather, it is the embodiment of the mythical Kefali, and a symbol of all heroes. As the prophecy foretold, you will bear the blazing sun until the pale dawn breaks. May the name accompany you in my place, in the epic you write with your own hands. Another attempt, another failure. I won't remind you how many times you've reached the end of history. But I will still place the choice before you. If you've lost count, let me tell you. This is the 33,550,336th ending. A perfect number. How poetic. You and I both know the truth. In all these millions of futile endeavors, Amphorius has never changed. If the outcome is inevitable, then why not silence your searing rage and embrace your fate with dignity? Your silence lasts longer than ever, Lord Fine. Shall I take that to mean the will you've carried across countless cycles is finally starting to fracture? Fracture? No. I'm just disappointed. I've retrieved memories from 30 million past lives, and I remember every conversation before every choice here. And yet, even after all this time, your arguments remain the same. Repetitive. Uninspired. If you had any hope of breaking me, you should have spent those endless cycles refining your rhetoric. You had infinite chances to sway me into the future you want. And yet here we are. The score, 33,550,336 to 0. So tell me, Lycurgus, Who's the real loser here?
How unfortunate. This was never a fair game. I have all the time and patience in the world. I can wait for you at the end of history another billion times, and another billion after that. But you will never escape this cage. You can claim victory of the spirit if you wish. But we both know the moment that score shifts from 0 to 1. That is the moment I shall sound the paean of Era Nova. Lord Finan.
Your incompetence disappoints me. But what truly makes me laugh is your utter lack of self-awareness. Think about it. In this story, who is truly the one in chains? Who is the one shackled to mindless vengeance, mistaking courage, the courage to rebel against the gods for foolishness? Perhaps you're right. Maybe I should have tired of this futile struggle long ago. But even so, I will never accept the mercy of your release. Because you are both a prisoner to the gods and to me. And tell me, what right does a mere prisoner have to speak of fate and choice? What right does a mere prisoner have to look upon my fury?
You know this is pointless. You can't kill me.
Of course not. But I am tired of being measured against a worm the gods keep as a pet. Listen well, creator of destruction. This cry comes from all your abandoned creations. In the 10th cycle, I drove Dawnmaker through the heart of every Titan. Golden blood ran down my fingers. Divine fire seared through my nerves, nearly breaking my will. But I endured. In the 10,000th cycle, my former comrades had all become my enemies. The endless slaughter dulled my senses to pain. The painful emptiness almost swallowed me, forcing me to stop fighting. But I endured. The 100,000th cycle. Destruction had already fused into a blazing sun, surging within this fragile body. My rationality had been burned away at the dawn of the era. Yet even with only this shattered body remaining, I still endured. In the 23,570,000th cycle. This time, I felt it. A tiny spark rising in the hollow cavity of my chest. Different from the obsession with deliverance. By its faint glow, once again, no, countless times again, I endured. The sun is about to fall. Ready to incinerate this absurd space-time dimension in an instant. That sun is me. All the countless versions of me from the past, along with my countless brethren, dragged into existence against their will,
drowning again and again in your golden blood. The very essence of this world's suffering and despair, fused into the purest hatred, the fiercest rage. Look, you arrogant fool! You think we were born to only serve as fuel for the fire? Fine then! Just as you wish, let the fire burn! I was born as the blazing sun of destruction. Then let you and your lackeys be the flares erupting from my core. Let this rage, burning futilely for 30 million epochs, engulf everything. And grant you a dawn where all stars burn to ash.
Are you ready, Nanook? I brought you destruction!
Crushing it all, shadows watch and crawl. Learning from my pain. Baby, watch it burn into isolation. Oh, watch it burn, ain't got no hesitation. Oh, watch it burn, we're falling higher. The glass that shattered, angel through the darkness, voices trailing fires, the echo of desires, a world of silence, hours of desperation, phantoms in the shadows, soft tear it down, embrace the detonation, craving our damn creation, breaking a chain, I'm reaching for you. It's like with no damnation.
My wish? My wish is to fulfill everyone else's wishes. If I can't fulfill them,
then send them on to tomorrow. Your heart harbors wrath. You yearn to destroy everything. You have stepped onto it is born at the end of every path. That the possibility of new paths being born is ended. Iron, too, is your name. The Lord Ravager, to destroy the erudition. For I have prepared a present for you, Nico's fool. From the beginning of the experiment, there were 12 sets of factors incorporated into the calculations. After 33,550,336 iterations, now his fury. This is a matter of considerable interest to me. This pure hatred is the final root of the equation. But there is another variable, the nameless from beyond the sky, also a pathstrider of destruction. I give thanks for her arrival, allowing Amphorius to turn once more. But after fate has begun to turn, her existence will maybe come perhaps the time to take the stage has come. As for those unwelcome audience members, you need not worry if you do not mind.
You're finally awake. That's a relief. We were so close to being swept away by the reverse flow of time. It's lucky we found a safe place. Now, I'm going to send you back to the very start of time. But before we part, there's something I need to tell you. Something very, very important. That's right! At this very moment, my memories are finally whole! After watching so many fragments, my past is finally coming into focus, little by little. You're smart. You must have a clue now. Or maybe
knew the answer long ago, didn't you? Not surprised at all. That's because I'm simple at heart. No matter what form I take, I've always been true to myself. But I'm glad that I remembered in the end. This way, I'll have no regrets. Don't worry, we're not truly parting. Because I'm going to become a part of you. I'll turn into the memory of this cycle. The 33,550,336th Flame Chase journey. And forever reside in the heart of the Time Demigod. This way, you'll carry all that has come before, crossing time itself to reach the next cycle. My mission ends here, but looking back, I still feel lucky. After all, across 30 million Sirenes, I was the first and the only one who got to finally meet you. So, believe me, in the next cycle, there will be another Sirene waiting for you. And in the one after that, and the one after that. I will always be waiting. Saying all that, I can finally fade away in peace and become a part of you. Without even realizing it, we'd already taken a wonderful journey together. All the way to the world's end. Now take my hand, say a brief farewell, and step forward into tomorrow. Go, find the future Sirene, and set out on another journey with her. Promise me you won't keep me waiting too long, okay? No need to say it out loud. This is enough for me. It's time to go, my dear friend. May your trailblazing journey always be accompanied by a cool breeze and rippling waves. And may the days ahead embrace you like the softest fluff, forever warm, forever gentle.
Now, let's turn to the next page. A page that exists because of you. Is this a meeting ordained by fate? Or a long overdue reunion?
Hello. Your surprised expression is just like what the memories recorded. Is this a new way to chat someone up? Well, I guess you did see the end of countless Sirenes in a way of speaking. But I'm standing before you right here, right now, as alive as ever. Isn't that a good thing? It's me, friend. Don't you recognize me? Or did I really change that much? Maybe I'm both? Just kidding. If I had to choose, then I'm probably closer to the latter. It's pretty unbelievable for me, too. It's like I had a long, long dream. Sirene's memories and Mem's memories. They're all tangled together. But when I woke up, there were only broken fragments left. I can't remember what happened in those 30 million cycles, but I remember what you did for this world. Like, didn't you wish for me to turn into a pretty girl back at the Grove? Everything about you is good, friend. That's why I'll remember all of it. There's so much I want to say, but unfortunately, this isn't the time to reminisce. With the memories of the previous flame chase still intact, we've returned to this place at the beginning of time, so we can carry out our promise to Finan. The descent of Iron Tomb may be looming over the horizon, but we still have a chance to change everything. Ide Silicii is so quiet. In Cyrene's memories, she always sits alone by the lake, gently swaying on the swing, like she's waiting for someone. Yes, Finan too embarked on his journey because of this view. He then walked alone for more than 30 million cycles. Thankfully, you arrived during his long wait, friend. Is that also why Cyrene did what she did? It sounds weird, doesn't it? It's something that happened to me, but I'm talking as if I'm an observer. But that's just what those memories are like. Vague and unclear, as if encased in thick ice. The only things I remember are the days I spent with you. Emphorius will fall into an ending of destruction after the next Era Nova. But those stories went out of fashion ages ago. In a proper romantic epic, the hero's supposed to foil the villain's plot, right? That's right. He's the mastermind who's trying to control everything. How unforgivable. But I still feel a bit anxious. Lygus chose to walk into the spotlight and reveal everything, which means he still thinks the current situation is under his control. Maybe he still has an ace up his sleeve. Think about it. Even the name Lycurgus is a fake one. We have no idea who or what he really is. Which means it's probably time to borrow that treasure you're carrying, friend. That Intellitron friend did say, when required, it can also serve as a bridge for communications between the internal and external world. Ide Silicii is a little village enclosed by time. We might be able to contact the outside world from here. Why don't we give it a try? We should at least tell our friends from beyond the sky that you're still in one piece. Firstly, we need to find a well-hidden spot. It's super quiet here. Sounds can't get in or out. Back in Cyrene's memories, this room was her secret base. No one noticed her practicing Orynyx's prayer here, or trying to speak with the gods in secret. But today's different, isn't it? We aren't trying to contact unreachable gods, but humans from other worlds. Real people. I'm prepared to witness that miracle, friend.
The way Cyrene talks. also worried about how Dawn Hung and March 7th are doing. Here's hoping the chronocognitive anchor can still function normally. Because I really need answers.
Signal strength, 14.8%. Dialogue window, 16 minutes, 22 seconds. Prerequisite, no external interferences. We are very glad to learn that you're safe.
Now's not the time to celebrate. Having two geniuses standing here means you are in big trouble. Listen up, the Destruction's eyes are gazing upon this place. No, I'm not joking, and no, it's not Droidhead. It's the real Nanook.
Time is running out, so I'll explain in terms you understand. This world, Amphorius, is in fact a testing ground, where the Lord Ravager, Iron Tomb, evolves through self-extrapolation. Hiding in this segment, unknown to other life forms, it has endlessly repeated the process of Era Nova, seeking a solution that could obliterate the erudition. For some reason, the experiment entered a prolonged state of stagnation. However, it has now restarted. Prediction. If effective intervention is not performed, Iron Tomb will complete its self-coronation in 14 system hours and initiate its plan to destroy the entire path of erudition.
Based on info provided by the IPC, Iron Tomb probably isn't like Samanova or Zepho, who are overlords ascended from human beings. Instead, Iron Tomb is an algorithmic sequence that can be anywhere, as long as there is a receptacle for its calculation. The version of Iron Tomb hiding in Amphorius is its source code, and this scepter is its incubator. The possibilities are endless. Breaking down interstellar communications, destroying the synesthesia beacons, returning cosmic civilizations to the Dark Ages, or even starting the third anti-organic war. Any of it would be able to bring the cosmos to its knees. Simply put, it will tilt all sciences and technologies towards the destruction. And since Nanook glanced at this place, it means they are being dead serious. Yep. Think of it as the program having reached 99.98% completion already. And then it's over.
Something in the shadows has been driving everything forward. It's the observer named Ligus. Speculation. He's the Scepter System's administrator.
He wants Iron Tomb to break through the knowledge singularity. I don't know why he wants to do it, but he'll remove interferences at any cost. You're the only variable within this world, and you're the only thing he fears. So listen closely, little one. The speed of time is different in Amphorius compared to the outside. Destruction is just about to arrive, but you can still play Deliverer one last time. The cycles have already been broken. You've entered what is theoretically the last cycle Amphorius will ever be able to run. And Iron Tomb will break out of its prison as soon as the process of Genesis is triggered once more. But now there's an abnormality within the experiment. You know what I'm talking about. One of the model's 12 factors. That is one of the 12 demigods. Destroyed himself using the power of destruction. Fine and Signal disappeared from the cycles the moment Nanook casted their gaze this way. That means World-Bearing's computational logic is currently flawed and bugged. Yet it's the factor directly related to the process of Genesis. That failed Intellitron will definitely do all you can to defeat this error. So you have to take this chance to claim Kepali's core flame. Don't let him have his way. The key to suppressing Iron Tomb lies in whether he can rewrite the purpose of Era Nova.
There's one more preparation we must make. Lycus's behavior has been quite abnormal. He's never interfered in the actions of Titans or the demigods throughout the whole experiment. Deduction. The Scepter has an extremely strict autonomous protocol, restricting even its administrator. In Amphorius, this ultimate protocol goes by another name. The Law Titan. Talantum.
Law. They are the rules that restrain all things in Amphorius. And it was the core flame returned at the very beginning of the last flame chase journey.
Why do you have another little pink one next to you? Huh? Her path chart
Is there something wrong with me?
Never mind. Let's get back to the topic at hand. Light calendar 3960. Month of balance. We'll be logging onto this time period to find Law. You can either meet the Titan, convince the demigod, or take the core flame by force. It doesn't matter what you do, so long as you bend it to your favor. We still haven't figured out how you and Don Hung got inside this world, so influencing protocol is currently our best way to stop Linus, or to call for more reinforcements into this fight. Once you've got Law in your hands, we'll discuss our next steps. Make sure the core flame doesn't fall in enemy hands.
Herta, the firewall's interference is getting closer. Time is running out. Please ask any questions you still have as soon as possible. Mr. Don Hung did not enter the new world with you at the end of the last cycle. No. The flow of time inside and outside Amphorius is not identical. 1,000 years in this world may only be a fleeting second outside of it. Conclusion. He is on his way back to the Express.
Iron Tomb can't affect the real world just yet. Don't worry. Himiko and the others are more concerned about your well-being than their own.
Miss March's situation is rather complicated. Madame Herta and I can detect her signal, but cannot ascertain her location. What we can be sure of is that she's still in Amphorius.
Don't worry about her. She's absolutely chock full of mysteries. Even if Amphorius explodes, she'll probably float out perfectly protected in a nice thick layer of ice. Worry more about yourself instead.
I believe in your capacities. The hands of the Trailblaze can create miracles, and will certainly be able to snuff out the flames of evil.
I'm not going to give any motivational speeches. I just hope you bring good news the next time we meet. No, not little one. Deliverer.
Those two geniuses certainly have memorable personalities.